A love letter to a bitch. This poem is a love letter to a bitch. And no, I don't mean that as an insult. What is it they say now? Babe in total control of herself? Way to claim a centuries standing slur, ladies. A slur most often curled from the lips of men, but also sometimes other women because of the default competition mode we all have. But what if there was a bitch who was not always in total control of herself? What if there was a bitch who spoke openly about the ugliness of heartbreak and crumbled self-esteem and social issues and diss tracks about our government? Journal after journal after journal, precisely to feel the pain and then use it to create masterpieces. So many women fit this bill, the marquee sign couldn't hold them all. The sign would drop and shatter on the sidewalk from the weight of names into the million pieces of a million feminine souls it takes to do good, sometimes even great work. But I'm not talking about all of those bitches. I'm talking about one that I know. The bitch. The capital B. The bitch in bitch music and bitchcraft and B-sides. The bitch formerly known as one half of the duo Bitch and Animal. I would use her given name, but I have always gotten the impression that she doesn't care for her much. Maybe you know her, maybe you're curious about who I speak of, or not. I hope you're curious. There will be links to follow, of course, or not. We all suffer the pains of the attention economy. Anyway, I wrote this poem because when I think about spoken word and my exposure to it, bitch may have been my very first real life artist fangirl crush. I mean, an artist I was literally in the same room with, close enough to reach out and touch her if I had ever been that brave. And it was a tiny room. It was the room, hopefully we have some townies here. It was the room next to a bar that housed the Independent Media Center at a concert in Urbana, Illinois, circa early 2000s. Because there actually is life beyond Chicago in this state. What bitch doesn't know is that I was at that show with my part lover and her other male lover. Fuck, bitch. If you had known we were your audience, you might have seen a poem or a song that night right there in front of you, longing to be written. Let me say this. I was so naive about music, I don't even think I knew there was such a thing as an electric violin. I also did not know that many years later, the spoken word artist Rachel Can would remind me so much of bitch's spoken word pieces. My discovery of Rachel is what jarred me into this poem trip down memory lane. I can remember that concert like it was yesterday, and when bitch wailed out the song Black-Eyed Girl, I fell into a kind of love or fascination with this artist, her humanity on full display, a woman far from perfect, but embracing her non-perfectness. Stepping unrestrained by expectations of the crowd, but maybe restrained by her own expectations of herself. She was sexy and sultry and a little wild, and of course, being me, I wanted her, but more than that, I wanted to be her. And these decades later, though confident in my own craft, I still kind of want to be. Anyway, I saw them, Bitch and Animal, one more time in Urbana, Illinois a few years later. And I swear, this is the truth, not even a creative bitch like me could conjure these details. I was at that show with a temporary lover. The partner I was with the first time I saw bitch was history in my biopic by then. And while I was there with this newish friend with benefits that I eventually had a major meltdown over and threw emotional grenades at, we ran into the other lover. That one partner and I shared as a plaything for a time. Actually, I went on to have a come here, go away, not quite all the way requited love affair with that one for over a decade. Another poem, another relationship fail, but I digress. The point of all of this is to say, after Bitch and Animal parted ways, by the way, Animal is a brilliant artist in their own right, I followed Bitch's career, partially spawned by Ani DeFranco's record label, Righteous Big Records, aptly named, I think. I'm a Bitch Patreon member, and I have appeared anonymously in a handful of living room shows over the years, thinking I'm special. It's hard to be a humble egomaniac. So I could go on and on and on, but I won't. Bitch speaks for herself and does not need M.A.W.D to do it for her. Our styles are different, but I hope she fiercely sorted and wrestled to the ground and finally chose, thinking just maybe she would have chosen the same ones. And this is a love letter to a bitch, and no, I don't mean that as an insult. And this is a love letter to capital B. And this is all just to finally get to my point, to say, dear bitch, thank you for existing in my time and space and reality. And this is a love letter to bitch.